guys, what's going on? It's me, Mr. Under over here. High five! Today we're going to do a bit of Under over here. And today we are going to do it on the book. Yes, I decided to read it since a billion people are yelling at me to read it probably. And people like it, so. I'm going to go and read it when I can in a minute. I'm going to go and read it when I can, and I will be back when I am done reading it. But yeah, so before I go, you'll see me back after the intro. Like, cue the intro! Wait, not fast, miserably. Cue the intro! Alright, and I am back. And so I'm gonna finally do my review on Divergent. I never really got around to it, but I'm gonna give my review on it. There's a lot to say about it because it is truly one of the best books I've ever read, and I have read so much. And I've read good books, I've read boring books, I've read amazing books. This tops it. And I can tell you why. For those of you who read it and said, it's okay, it's like a sin to me. Like, am I gonna hate you? No, but I'm gonna be very disappointed. I'm gonna be like, but, by the way, I'm playing demons in the background. But, I mean, it starts, I'm not gonna give a complete summary. But, I mean, by page 31, I was reading it. And I was like, wow. Like, this is cool. I want to know more about this. So it was already by like page 2, and I'm like, okay, this is legit. I mean, it was a legitimate book where I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And the more it got on, the more better it got. And I wouldn't want to say because I was able to put it down, but it was to a point. Some of those books where you can't put down, but I could. It was just one of those books that when you wanted to read it, but you didn't have to, you didn't. But the minute, sometimes, when I haven't read a book for, I'm like, oh, I don't want to read. And the minute I read it, I love it again. But at first, I'm like, no, it's gonna be awesome. And I start reading it with like 100 pages. But I think it has some truth behind it, to the fact that we all have fears, and people to maybe even try to manipulate us to a point. Because, okay, I am going to spoil a lot. Warning, this video is probably going to contain heavy spoilers. I mean, the first simulation, where you have to like fight against stuff, but the choosing simulation, where you first learn that trust is Divergent, is it's basically it kind of is like, that's interesting. And then by the time we got to the fear simulation, some of the fears I can relate to. Actually, I'm not gonna say them. But I'm just saying some of them I can relate to because I still need to know my fears. Really could, I guess. But, probably not. But I would have to say, yeah, it's one of those books that you can relate to, and you just love it. And like the last 70 pages, crap gets real, and I'm just like, spam reading it. I'm like, this, what? How have people not read any of this? So, I mean, it's sort of it's hard to describe, but I mean, it's very sort of intense. But it's a very intense kind of book where you don't want to stop reading it. And I feel that's what I'm waiting to. I was gonna read Insurgent, but I have to wait on that for a little bit. So, but that's fine because I don't really care. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Imagine Dragons.
But yeah, I mean. So, I mean, it was a very intense book, and it's just so many words to describe it. I don't want to go crazy on it. It was a bit of a romance story, intense, action. I mean, the middle and the end of the book wasn't action, but it was intensity. Alright, this one sucks. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it was one of those it was just one of books where you really can't put it. It's like one of those books that you're hooked into, where there's a romance story in it. At the same time, there's an action story, there's a suspense story, and it's so frigging amazing. And it's just beyond my expectations. Like, my cousin said, the best book I've ever read, and she's read a lot. She's read more than me. And if you know me IRL, well, then you know I read a good amount. So saying that she's read a lot. She's like, yeah. But anyways, she's the best book she's ever read. And I'm like, okay, I'll consider. All right, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna see how it is. Probably not gonna be the best book I've ever read, but probably gonna be good. I want to see the movie now, really bad. I heard they leave out like 1 or 2 characters, but that's fine because I heard that they don't leave out too many. So yeah, I mean it's sort of like it's sort of like the simulations can define who you are and how you can get over your fears, and because the fear landscape goes through separate fears and you have to overcome them, and it's very cool, and I would love to do that. And I mean, it's just like the things that wondering wait, for example, like when you first meet a Thor for the Dauntless compound. Well, like when I'm let's start it. At first, the Dauntless, when she chose it, I'm like, what? Like I was really confused because I thought Divergent was a faction. It was just very secretive, but it wasn't. Divergent is something you can control simulation that you're not supposed to do. That's why Divergent is very dangerous, because the 5 factions of Chicago are supposed to control you. And Divergents can't be really controlled, whether they're strong or weak, they can still control something. But in that note, I have to say, so I got it, and then she was Dauntless. I'm like, oh, that's why she chose Divergent. So she chose Dauntless. Now, when you first meet Thor, you sort of wonder, like, why is he called Thor? Thor? What, like, why did his parents name him that? But I learned later that it was because he only had 4 fears in the fear simulation, and his real name is Tobias or Tobias. I don't know. I'm sorry. But it made sense, and I'm like, oh my god. So, I mean, and that's like, oh. And like his fears are like kind of cool, and I'm like, okay, this I can relate. All right, but like I can relate to a lot of people. But okay, but I mean, generally overall, I'd have to admit that he's probably one of the best non-main characters I've ever read. Like Peter was cool. Gale was pretty cool. I just don't really like the Hunger Games. I guess Morgan from the Natural Chess is just like one of my favorite series growing up. I was younger. But I don't know. But I mean, it's probably the best character I've ever had. I was not a main character, and Trust just was amazing. Okay, and I want to see the movie now. Go read the book. Read the book first, and then watch the movie. Because the book has more stuff in it, and it's much more better. Yeah, I can speak good. Right, so I hope you all enjoyed this Under or Over episode. If you did, please high five the like button, it means a lot. And follow my Instagram at Mr. Under or Over, one word, like my YouTube channel, or Minecraft Daniel, depends which one you want. If you want more updates on my YouTube channel, then follow Mr. Under or Over. But if you want like just random Minecraft posts and just random posts in general, follow Minecraft Daniel. Your choice. I'm not gonna bloody, individual you. But yeah, if you enjoy, please have the basic stuff. Just trying to think what else. Yeah, comment, like, spread the word of my channel. Yeah. So, the final verdict I would have to say is Under or Over. I'd have to say, like, I didn't go even, but I mean, there's some people who haven't read the book, or they read the book and it's okay. I'm gonna say it's underrated. So, bye guys.